Today, I'm going to show you a website that will turn your thoughts into a fully fledged video, complete with visuals, background music, and audio that you can put into any language. The website in question, Invideo. Let's dive in. Once you create an account with Invideo, this is going to be your home screen. As you can see, I've actually been messing around with it a little bit just to see the capabilities of what Invideo has to offer. The first thing you're going to notice is over here on the left, you have your media, where you can actually upload your own images and your own videos. So if you don't like any of the images that you create, you can have AI change the images that you already have into a style of your choosing. We also have voices over here. However, besides voices, as long as you don't mind a watermark, everything you're going to see in this video is free. With premium features, I was able to add my own voice, and I was able to download the videos that I'm going to create watermark free and in full 1080p. Now let's get into creating your own video from scratch. So as soon as you click on create AI video, it's going to take you to this screen. It says give me a topic, language, and detailed instructions. The more detailed you are, the more accurate the video is going to be, and the more accurate the narrator is going to be. So for example, if I just told Invideo to make a story of a race car driver, the video that it comes up with has as many liberties as you can think of with what the final product is going to be. However, if I tell Invideo to make a video about a race car driver that started from nothing and won his spot in a race from a video game, well, this is what you come up with.
From zero to hero, this story will have you on the edge of your seat. Meet Jan, just a regular guy with a not-so-regular dream to become a GT racing champion. But here's the twist. Jan had never set foot on a real racetrack. He trained on a simulator in his basement. Day and night, lap after virtual lap, driven by pure passion. Then, the unthinkable happened. Jan qualified for a real race through his performance in a racing game. With nothing but his sim training and a heart full of determination, Jan took the wheel. Against seasoned pros, he was the ultimate underdog. But guess what? Jan not only raced, he won. From simulator to GT racing champion, Jan's journey proves that no dream is too big. So, what's stopping you? Chase your dreams. You just might end up a champion too.
So all to say is the more detailed you are, the better your video will be. And as you'll get to know, you can change every aspect of the video that you create. I get asked this question a lot, where when you're using AI, there's a lot of cases that it would be silly to rely on AI 100%. The best case scenario that I've seen used with this kind of AI tool is something like Ray William Johnson, where he creates a story and he has his own story that he speaks with visuals and subtitles and everything to back it up, so that you're not just staring at a talking head the whole time. It's not going to be one size fits all, obviously, like every other tool I've shown you. But I've noticed that Invideo definitely does a great job with a base and lets you edit almost every aspect so that the end product is exactly what you want it to be. So for this video, let's just create a story about Now I can keep adding to this. I can say the man is wearing yada yada. I can say he is tall and lanky. Right, I can keep going with it. For right now, this is what I'm going to stick with. And the reason I'm going to stick with just this basic script, even though it says I can make it as detailed as possible, is because I want to show you just how much you can edit in Invideo. The default language is English, or if I don't tell it to make it in a specific language, it'll automatically make it in English. Let's generate a video and see what pops up. Now it analyzed it and it's thinking about how to create this video. And in order to help it, it's giving you 3 things that it wants you to narrow down: the intended audience, how you want it to look and feel, and the platform that you wanted to put it on. If, for example, you wanted to put it on TikTok, the video that it will create will be 9 by 16, right? The horizontal look. If you're trying to put it on YouTube, it'll be 16 by 9. If you're trying to put it on Instagram Reels, it'll be the square aspect ratio. So let's just leave it for YouTube, because you're watching on YouTube. I want it to be dramatic, and let's put the audience for thriller lovers, and click continue. Now, I'm surprised at how quickly Invideo ends up working. It also creates the background music. It does everything for you. I do love that Invideo tells you what it's doing as it's doing it. You can see it's creating the video, it's generating the script, it's creating the subtitles, it's getting the narrator ready, and it's telling you what it's doing in each step. It gives you a title for the video, so in this case it said Man vs. Vampire: The Chase. It creates the amount of scenes that it takes in order to properly tell your story. So if you're giving Invideo an entire script from start to finish, if you wanted to tell the entire story of Gran Turismo, it would take a lot more scenes, it would be a lot longer, and therefore would take a bit longer. Invideo would do it all at once, whereas I just gave it a very simple 1-sentence script, so it's only creating one scene. So once it finishes, you'll see the entire timeline laid out along here, and you'll see that it has where the image or video came from. So in this case, it was from Storyblocks, and iStock, and Storyblocks. That's where most of these are from. You'll see the entire script laid out. So once the video finishes, this is where you're going to end up. So at any point in the video, you can stop and edit whatever you would like. I uploaded my own voice, but if I wanted to change it to deep male narrating voice, right, and I click generate, it's going to take the time and it will automatically change the narrator to a deep male voice. Even the editing process is AI controlled, so that if you don't spell something completely right, or if your wording is a little off, the AI in Invideo will automatically detect that and change anything that you're trying to say accordingly. So once it does that, it tells you that it's done, and now when you play it,
you're running through the woods, heart pounding like a drum in a rock.
That's the narrator. So instead of my own voice, I can change it and it'll automatically change the voice right away. What I can also do is click on edit, and any of these scenes I can change also. This is the first scene where the man is running through the woods. I can change the duration. So if I want it to be 3 seconds instead of 6, I can change it. I can change the center point so that it's a little bit off center. Or I can change it so that it's zooming in on the man. I can edit the script, so at any point in any one of these lines, if I don't like that it says this line, right, I can take it completely out, or I can change sharp to pointy, right, and the narrator will fix it and adapt to it too. So once I'm done, I can apply changes. I didn't really want to change anything, so I'm just gonna discard them. And at any point, this is a 2-minute video, I can change it, and let's say I wanted to add a scene, right? Or maybe I didn't like this picture. Maybe I didn't like this part of where you're showing the fangs close up. I can come in here and type in vampire fangs and choose from any one of these, and it will replace it. If you want to see the full video of what I created, check the link in the comment below. I'll make this available to the public. Let's say I wanted the main character, instead of the man being chased by a vampire, let's say I wanted him to be chased by change the vampire to a crazy lumberjack with a chainsaw. What this is going to do is it's going to go into the script, and at every point that it mentions a vampire, it's going to change it to a lumberjack with a chainsaw. The majority of it is going to have to change. Once I click generate, it's going to change the entire script so that instead of the vampire, it's now a crazy lumberjack with a chainsaw. What it also does, in most cases, is it changes the footage as well. So it's no longer going to show a vampire, it's going to show a lumberjack with a chainsaw. So all those videos that you saw with fangs and the close-up of vampires and all that, Invideo will automatically change the footage to that of a man with a chainsaw. It does say some scenes have a vampire vibe still, so if we wanted to manually change that vibe, we could do that as well. Right, so it now changed it, as you can see. Now it's a lumberjack with a chainsaw, whereas before, right, it used to be a vampire. Right, if I get rid of this, lumberjack with a chainsaw, it used to be a vampire, right? And now it even changed some of the script. What it didn't change, however, you can simply change it yourself. So it says it's a vampire. So instead of it saying it's a vampire, you can say it's a crazy lumberjack. So, like with any AI, you do have to go into it because it's not going to change everything, right? Instead of saying fangs sharp enough to tear through flesh, you can say with a terrifying weapon sharp enough to tear through flesh. Right? So it's not perfect, just like any AI, but it will change it. And what this is doing right now is you can see that it's changing the voice automatically. Because there's a script that the narrator's reading, the script will change depending on what it's reading. So we'll have Invideo will automatically change the script with what you tell it to change.
With a terrifying weapon sharp enough to tear through flesh. Eyes that pierce through the darkness.
Now, when you're ready to download it, I can download the video from here. If you have the free version, it's going to export it into these categories. So it will only export with the branding on it and with watermarks. It will still export your entire video, but you also will have the branding. Everything else will stay the same. You'll just have like the story blocks or the iStock images branded on there. If you wanted to take that off, you pay for it, no big deal. The video is still the same. And you'll see all of them over here. So if you click on history, you'll be able to get right to that screen where I just was. And you'll see your editing history, so you'll be able to tell what you did before and then change it going on from there. And that's what Invideo does. It is perfect for B-roll and background images if you're just a talking head, but it'll also create a video from just a script, which is very cool for brainstorming and for workshopping and just for creative processes in general. If you want to try Invideo for yourself, click the link below. And if you like this video and you learned something, please feel free to click the subscribe button and the like button, and I will catch you next time.